Hello and welcome to opening trap number 12. My name is Mauri and this is Greco's QGA-Trick. Let's have a look. So Greco was a 17th century Italian player who played lots of fun games, short games where he won quickly and often quite brilliantly, not always against the best defense, but his play was quite and is quite fun to watch, and that is also the case here in this opening trap that we're going to look at in the QGA. You might be wondering, what is the QGA? Well, after d4, d5, c4, we have the so-called Queen's Gambit, and if black now takes this pawn, then we have the Queen's Gambit accepted, or QGA. How does white regain that pawn? Well, let's see how Greco did it with the move e3, threatening to recapture with the bishop. Now, the most popular move today is knight f6, just allowing white to recapture the pawn, because trying to hang on to the pawn with the move b5 isn't going to work so well, as Greco will now show us. So what to do with white here? So black has this pawn chain here, and we have this rule for attacking pawn chains, which is attack the pawn chain at the base. So this would be like the base of the pawn chain, and this would be the front. And what are black's options here? Well, he could take, but then he's left with 4 extremely weak pawns, and one of those will be picked up immediately, either with bishop takes c4 or queen takes a4 check, and then the second one will fall very quickly, and black will be left with these 2 pawns here, which will both be isolated and therefore weak targets. So that's not the ideal solution for black at all. What else could he do? If he goes a6, doesn't work, because this pawn on a6 will be pinned now after a takes b5. You cannot now recapture on b5, because then your rook will drop like that. So that's why a6 doesn't work either. The best move might actually be after a4 to play b4 and allow bishop takes c4. And according to the computer, this is not so bad for black. But in the game that we're looking at, black goes for the move c6, and that also doesn't work because of Greco's trap, which we will now see. What he does now is he takes on b5, and after black recaptures, which wasn't forced, but well, white, if black doesn't recapture, then white will be happy to take all of these pawns, like b takes e6 and bishop takes e4 and so forth. So after c takes b5, now white has a very clever move. If you like, you can pause the video to try to find the move if you haven't found it already, but it is a move that will win material for white. So white to move and win material by simply attacking one of black's pieces. And the move is queen f3, attacking the rook in the corner. Black cannot avoid the loss of a material. He can only choose which of the 3 pieces here he's gonna lose. He can lose the rook, the knight, or the bishop. It's actually black's choice which one he wants to lose, but it's not really a great choice for black. He can play bishop b7 and we win that piece, and now he can save the rook like this. He can also play knight c6 and then we win the knight, and then he can save the rook, but again he lost a piece, so white's winning in both of these lines. And then finally he can try queen c7 and allow us to take the rook, and then he can try to trap our queen with the move knight c6. This will not work if white knows how to get the queen out of there, but white should know that black has bad intentions. He wants to develop the kingside pieces, castle, and then his remaining rook will eventually attack the queen on a8, which if white does nothing will then fall. But white has a way to get his queen out before all of that can happen with the move knight c3. attacking the pawn on b5, and if he pushes that pawn, then knight b5 attacks the queen. Queen moves, and now the knight takes on a7, and this will extract the white queen here. So black doesn't really have too many choices here. We're attacking basically both the knight, the bishop on c8 and the knight on c6 here. So this will save the white queen. If he goes a6, that doesn't really do anything, because we can actually just take this pawn with our rook like this. And notice how the bishop on c8 is pinned and can therefore not take this rook. And we're also threatening the knight on c6, and we're threatening the pawn on b5, and white is just completely winning. He is crashing through. So this is Greco's remedy against the QGA. Hope you get a chance to try this out in one of your games, and thank you very much for watching this video, and I will hopefully see you in the next one. Bye bye.